In Mobile Legends, knowing about items is just as important as knowing about your girlfriend. Because if you don't know about items, the enemy will eat you alive, and if you don't know about your girlfriend, just forget it. Previously, I made a video about all the defense items, and today I will explain the attack items. There are a total of 20 attack items in the game, and if I explain them all at once, your brain won't be able to hold it all, not even if you were Einstein. So, I'll explain 5 items each day and explain them very clearly, with examples, so they stay in your head. First, know one thing: every item works in 2 ways. The first one is written simply and you'll always get that. The other one is the unique passive. It's like your girlfriend. For example, your girlfriend says, "I won't give it without chocolate flavor," and the passive says, "I'll only activate after 2 normal attacks." That means it's like a special power. To help you understand better, think of it like this: Spider-Man can climb walls, that's his active skill. But his passive is Iron Man's uncle who gave him the Spidey suit and made him stronger. And Aunt May makes me weak. Okay, now let's go. Demon Hunter Sword. This gives you plus 35 physical attack, plus 20% attack speed, and plus 8% lifesteal. This is the active stat, meaning you'll always get it. But now, let's understand the unique passive. It has 2 unique passives. First, it deals extra damage equal to 8% of the target's current HP. This means the more HP the enemy has, the more damage you'll deal. For example, look here: when the enemy's HP is full, I'm dealing more damage. But when the HP is low, I'm also dealing less damage. That's why it's generally used as a tank killer. Since tanks have more HP, it deals more damage to them. Second unique passive, you gain 2% lifesteal for 2 seconds. This stacks up to 5 times, which means you can get a maximum of 2 times 5 is equal to 10% lifesteal. Many of you don't understand the difference between lifesteal and SpellVamp. Let me explain. Lifesteal means healing yourself by using basic attacks. SpellVamp means healing yourself by using hero skills. I hope you get it now. Lifesteal heals through basic attacks, and SpellVamp heals through skills. That's why Lifesteal is used with heroes who depend on basic attacks, usually Marksmen, and SpellVamp is used by those who rely more on skills. I explained Lifesteal and SpellVamp clearly now because we'll see them again in many items later so you can understand them easily. Demon Hunter Sword works really well with Corrosion Scythe and Golden Staff. Recommended heroes: Alice, Badong, Sun, Hanzo, Helkurt, Natalia, Claude, Hanabi, Ixia. Demon Hunter Sword works great with them. Counter item: Dominance Ice is the counter item for Demon Hunter Sword because it reduces both attack speed and lifesteal. Corrosion Scythe gives plus 30 physical attack, plus 30% attack speed, and plus 5% movement speed. It also has 2 passives. First, it deals extra physical damage with basic attacks and slows the enemy by 8%. For example, look, when I'm attacking normally, I'm giving my normal damage. But when I attack with Corrosion Scythe, I'm dealing extra damage. And if you look carefully, you'll notice that it slows the enemy by 8% for 1.5 seconds. Since it's a small amount, it's hard to notice if you don't pay attention. Second unique passive, basic attacks grants 6% extra attack speed for 3 seconds. It stacks up to 5 times. That means you can get 6 times 5 is equal to 30% extra attack speed at 5 stacks. For example, look, when I'm hitting, I'm gaining stacks, and if you notice carefully, you'll see that my attack speed is gradually increasing, even without using any other item. Just like you increase your typing speed when your crush texts you. In simple words, its unique passive slows the enemy and increases attack speed. And this item works really well with Demon Hunter Sword and Golden Staff. Recommended heroes: heroes like Argus, Sun, Tammuz, Hanzo, Helkurt, Claude, Carrie, Moskov. It works really well with them. Heroes with slow immunity like Joy, Rafaela, Zilong can counter this item. And Dominance Ice can reduce its attack speed. Golden Staff gives plus 55 physical attack and plus 15% attack speed. It also has 2 unique passives. First, it converts extra crit chance into extra attack speed. Meaning, if you buy Golden Staff, you can no longer deal crit damage, it will convert that into attack speed. For example, this is a crit chance item. If I take this, while attacking, I might sometimes deal high damage to the enemy. That's crit damage. Also, you watched this video where I've explained all types of damage. Now, if I buy Golden Staff with it, you'll see that I'm no longer dealing any crit damage. Since this item had 25% crit chance, I only got 25% extra attack speed instead. So, don't use crit items with Golden Staff. Second unique passive, after 2 basic attacks, the third attack launches 2 additional attacks. This might seem a bit tricky. Let's look at an example. Here, to activate Mia's passive, I normally need to do 5 basic attacks. But if I buy Golden Staff, then after just 2 attacks, Mia's passive activates on the third attack. That means with the third attack, 2 more attacks are happening which you can't see. Just like your crush can't see your love. Another thing is, when used with Demon Hunter Sword and Corrosion Scythe. The extra movement speed or lifesteal you get will be doubled during that third attack. So, as you can guess, it works really well with both Demon Hunter Sword and Corrosion Scythe. To make it simple, the 3 items I've explained so far, they work best when used together. And this is called an attack speed build, which is usually used by marksmen. This build is used when the enemy team has tanks or tanky heroes. It works best with those marksmen who depend on basic attacks, but for those marksmen who depend more on skills, like Brody or Clint, this build doesn't work well. Warax gives plus 35 physical attack, plus 400 HP, plus 10% cooldown reduction, and plus 12% SpellVamp. Its unique passive is, when you attack, your physical attack increases by 12 per second. It stacks up to 6 times, meaning at full stacks, you can deal 12 times 6 is equal to 72 extra physical damage. For example, look, when I attack, my damage is 160. On the next attack, it becomes 188, and the damage increases every second. Just like your toxic relationship, when 6 stacks are full, the physical damage stays the same. But now, 10% of your total damage turns into extra true damage, which you can see in white color. And I already told you true damage is the most dangerous damage because there's no counter to it. If you want to understand all types of damage, definitely check out this video of mine. But there's one problem. If you use this item with a marksman, mage, or support, then its effectiveness will be reduced by 50%. That means at full stacks, instead of 72 extra damage, you'll get only 36 extra damage. And instead of 10% true damage, you'll only get 5% extra damage. So you understand, this item is mainly used for fighters or assassins. If you're using it for fighters, take it as the first item. If you're using it for assassins, take it as the second item. Items like Queen's Wings, Brute Force Breastplate, Oracle, work well with Warax. Recommended heroes: Barats, Terizla, Balmond, Ruby, Yuzhong, Fanny, Lancelot, Isunshin, and also Alpha. To reduce the healing from its SpellVamp, you can use any anti-heal item. Haas Claws gives plus 40 physical attack, plus 15% attack speed, and plus 20% crit chance. Unique attribute: it gives 20% lifesteal, meaning you can easily heal yourself through basic attacks. Unique passive: when you deal crit damage to an enemy, your attack speed increases by 20% for 2 seconds. For example, look, this is a crit item, and when I buy it and attack, sometimes I deal high damage, that's crit damage. But right now, even if I deal crit damage, my attack speed doesn't increase. But if I buy Hosclaws, and then deal crit damage, you'll see that my attack speed slightly increases after each crit. I hope you understood that. If I explained everything this clearly to my crush, even she would have accepted my proposal. And yes, definitely watch my video to understand how damage works, so you can understand items better. Anyway, you've probably figured it out. This item is mainly for marksmen, or any heroes who deal damage through basic attacks, and since it boosts attack speed when crit damage is dealt, you can use it with any crit-based item. Recommended heroes: Argus, Freya, Roger, Julian, Ling, Zilone, Bruno, Irithel, Layla, Mia. By the way, for every item, the recommended heroes I've listed are just examples. You can also try these items with other heroes, based on your understanding. So these were today's 5 items. In the next video, we'll talk about 5 more items. And yes, I know, even if you can't forget your ex, you will forget the item details inside the game. So watch the video a few times, so at least you'll remember them for a few days. These videos take a lot of effort to make, so if possible, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.